From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your evening update.
Mostly clear skies across our part of the Tennessee Valley on this Tuesday. Just a few clouds from time to time. Most of the cloud cover just off to our east in association with that subtropical disturbance that's been affecting the Carolinas. No rainfall in our local area today. There is a slightest chance of a sprinkle tomorrow and Thursday, but most of us are dry here for at least the next 7 days. Lawrenceburg Airport got up to 84 this afternoon after a morning low of 59. No rainfall in the bucket. Same thing in the Shoals. No rainfall at the Muscle Shoals Airport. 89 degrees this afternoon after a morning low of 64. Here's the Futurecast breakdown this evening, tonight into your Wednesday. A few clouds around, but Futurecast actually overdoing their westward progression just a little bit early this evening, but a few of them floating from time to time. Otherwise, mostly clear skies. Overnight lows in the upper 50s to lower 60s across the area. And then as we head on through our Wednesday, a few more clouds are rotating through on the far west side of that disturbance. The slightest chance of a sprinkle or a light shower closer to I-65. Daytime highs once again into the mid-80s, falling back into the 70s and then the 60s once again for our Wednesday night and the Thursday morning. More of the same for Thursday. A few clouds around, can't rule out a sprinkle near I-65. And then the low pressure system pulls away off to our east. We're back to mostly sunny skies Friday into Saturday. Just a few high-level clouds. And I think, honestly, the GFS is overdoing that cloud cover for Friday and Saturday. Weather system off to the north, bringing showers and thunderstorms to the Midwest and the Mississippi Valley. But that stays to the north of us. No big rain chances here for at least the next 7 days. Mid to upper 80s here as we go forward through the rest of the week and the weekend, even into early next week. Now, where you see 88 here Friday into Saturday, this is a midpoint average between southern middle Tennessee and northwest Alabama. That means that some places in northwest Alabama could be knocking on 90 or 91 for sure, but no big heat here for at least the next 7 days. No signs of it also into the extended, but you know how that can change this time of year. Here are the remnants of what was once Tropical Storm Gordon out in the open Atlantic. They've issued the final advisory for now, but it may regenerate later this week. It is headed northward out in the open Atlantic, not expected to be a threat to not just the United States, but any land area near it. What we will have to watch is next week, we'll have something develop, what's called the Central American Gyre. It's usual for this time of year. It's a broad area of low pressure that sets up roughly near Central America. Not necessarily always where that red L is, but roughly in this area. It's most common in the late spring and then again in the early fall, May through June, and then again September, October, November. So we're in the time frame for it to be here. It can still be there in July and August as well from time to time. One thing it does help do from time to time, because there's moisture and cloud cover and disturbed weather, there's also a counterclockwise spin to it. There's rising motion in the atmosphere. Sometimes it can help seed and instigate tropical systems to develop in the Northwest Caribbean, the Bay of Campeche, or in the Eastern Pacific. And we do have some model data that's increasing the signal that may happen here in the Northwest Caribbean going into next week. And if that does happen, it's a question mark. We're not certain it's going to happen, but if it does, there would be some potential for it to head northward into the Gulf of Mexico, because we'll have high pressure here east of the Bahamas. We'll have an advancing cold front across the central United States. So that general motion would be northerly. It's not a guarantee it's going to develop. And if it does, this far in advance, there is no way to tell you how strong it's going to be or exactly where it's going to track. And to make that point, computer models here the last 24 hours have been anywhere with the landfall from central Mexico all the way around the Gulf and the East Coast up to Connecticut. That's how much uncertainty there almost always is 7 to 10 plus days in advance. Once you get within that 7-day window, then you're able to start getting more details in the pattern. So this is just a tap on the shoulder to let you know, pay attention to the forecast, especially if you have travel plans down to the beach next week. It's not time to cancel plans by any means, but you do need to pay attention to the forecast in the coming days and be ready to alter plans if necessary. It's not time to do that just yet. Don't be fearful of this. Don't panic. Don't be scared of it. If you have friends and loved ones along the Gulf Coast, or if you live along the Gulf Coast, it's just time to pay attention. We're in the middle of hurricane season. This is normal for this time of year. Pay attention, and we'll iron out the details in the coming days. Don't let the quote-unquote fear porn on the internet scare you and get you fearful of this. There's no need for that. Just pay attention, and we'll certainly keep you advised here in the days ahead. Dropping out of the 80s into the 70s this evening, 60s through the overnight, and then we get down to a range between the upper 50s and lower 60s, I should say, with mostly clear skies toward daybreak here. A few more clouds Wednesday and Thursday. If you're near I-65, there's a chance of a sprinkle or a light shower. The vast majority of it staying dry for the next 7 days. Mostly sunny and a touch warmer Friday and the Saturday. A few folks could get into the lower 90s, but no runaway heat. Staying partly cloudy and dry all the way through Tuesday of next week. There's your latest 7-day forecast. I'll be back at 9 o'clock for a final check of your local weather.